Welcome to Woods Haven, or what we like to call Woods Haven. We have a half acre in town, pretty much, about a mile from town. And this is not our cat, but she lives here, and we feed her, and she eats everything that flies through or crawls through the garden. And she loves us. So I guess that's our cat. And her name is Duchess. Lydia, my daughter, is gonna film me today. And she's beautiful. But I'm not, and I just woke up. So the wildflowers are still up. These beauties that I can't remember the name of aren't up yet, aren't blooming yet. Clematises are doing well. The hostas are doing well. I weeded this area this week. And watering the grass area every single day to try to get some grass in our bare spots, and we got some sprouts coming up. I cleaned out the front garden bed, and I put in the plants that I had hanging because those white ones were dying. They did not like it there. They need to sprawl out, which I kind of thought would happen, but at the time it was we got a frost and we kept getting frosts, and so I didn't want to put them in the ground yet. So they survived long enough for me to put them in the ground. Hopefully they come back and do little white flowers, but we'll see. And then I put in 2 red roses. They're a big burgundy rose. What? Do that. That's just. Hey. Get her off it. Okay. What else did I do this week?
We did that area over there.
Oh yeah, and then I weeded the hostas and the area over. Doing a walk over there or not?
What do you think?
So it doesn't look great, but it looks better. I did the weed eater and weeded around the hostas, and I moved those pots over to the other garden area and just weeded around this area. I'm going to put some flowers in those pots this week. I'm going to pan toward the house and show how the house looks now that I've got some more weeding done there and some straightening out.
Like all of it?
Go from left to right. That's what we've got there. Okay, so you want to go that way or this way?
What do you want?
I don't care. You tell me. Okay. Duchess is back on the flowers. Maybe that's why I've never been able to grow that. You're a bad kitty. Put up the bird feeder. Get a shot of it going this way. So all of the posts have bird feeders on them, and these will have flowers in them eventually. And it'll be prettier once I get it all done, but I'm pretty far behind. And then this area here, kind of the same thing. I just weed eated it and fertilized it. using some fish emulsion. These are the red runner beans. They're doing really good. They're even starting to put off some tendrils here, it looks like. So we'll train these to go up. There, hopefully those will be really lush by July. Check these out. I can move the old fence. You think they can hear me?
I hope so.
It's usually up by my face. So these look okay, I guess. They're a bit dry. I've been forgetting to water them because they're back here behind. But so my idea here is these will be coming up on the sides of the welcome sign, and then I'm going to clear out this area down here below the fence, and then I'm going to have some trellises and some climbing flowers that come up here on this fence. So that's kind of a future project. Do you think that'll be pretty?
I think it will.
I bet they can't hear anything.
I think they can.
Okay. I don't know who they are. The four of us, I guess.
The four of us.
So we're going to do squash. There's some exciting stuff here. Other than the weeds here that are growing up from the hay, we've got nasturtiums and hollyhocks, right? Is that what I planted here?
Yeah, I think so.
So, in this one, it looks like,
This is zucchini.
yeah, these are zucchini, but this is a hollyhock, and something's eating it. And here's the nasturtium, and this is, I think, a hollyhock. I planted like in a cross pattern, hollyhocks and nasturtiums, but I don't know if something's been in here digging or what. This one looks a little bit more like what I had intended. Here's a nasturtium and a hollyhock right next to each other. Hollyhock, hollyhock, nasturtium, nasturtium.
I like hollyhocks.
And we've got two squash here and two squash here. Those I'm doing the same experiment as I'm doing with the cantaloupe, where I didn't separate them. I thought I'd see how they do versus pinching off versus separating and pulling the roots apart. So these three have the roots pulled apart, I believe, and these two have two plants together. And we'll see. So I'll probably remove the smallest one there, and I'm going to wait a little while longer and see which one of these emerges as victorious, because I don't know. I always have trouble figuring out which one is going to be the stronger of the two plants. This looks bad. This is all these big weeds that I get out of here. And this little plant is starting to really take off a bit. These little flowers. There's various types of flowers in here. I can go over that when they come in. This has been a long time coming.
She's drinking out of the pot. Duchess. What else?
Which way do you want to go? Patio's way or this way? We'll go to the patio first.
What about the arch?
We can go through the arch and go this way. This is how our patio is looking. We still have to paint the railing, and then I think we're going to put up lattice and then grow some things on the side here. The potted plants that I've had here since before the frost are doing really good. Finally. We got a little bit of weeding and landscaping to do. Some more grass needs to be put down here. And we're going to build this up a bit more. Okay. really cool thing that happened this week is a bunch of this stuff started coming up, which I never thought was going to come up. So I thought I had failed. I had put on another video that said I had an epic failure, but all of this stuff is actually coming up, and that's really awesome. So we've got watermelon and cantaloupe, or not cantaloupe, watermelon and squash and cucumbers and those Baker Creek tomatoes, and who knows, maybe these other things will come up too if I'm patient. But that corn doesn't look like it's going to come up, but I've been wrong before, so we'll see. That's pretty cool. All that stuff's still coming up. My peas yellowing on the bottom a little bit, but I tied it to the trellis, and I'm hoping that that comes up through the what do you call this thing?
Arch.
Well, yeah, it's an arch, but like I always forget my words when I'm trying to talk.
Lattice.
Arch lattice. These have flowers on them. I don't know if I should pinch those off or not. There's a name for it, and I can't think of it. I don't know. I forget. You're not gonna film me going through it, are you? Okay, so we have Violas and Marigolds there. This is a tomato bed. The heat wave tomatoes are looking good. Still need to get some of the weeds out of this one. Yeah, everything looks good here. And this extended tomato bed, all of the okra that I planted is germinating, so I'm going to have to thin out that okra. I hate thinning out plants. I'm going to have to do some painting this week and putting up with lattice. And the corn, as you can see, is up. We've got tomatoes, or indeterminate tomatoes on the ends here. Had to put up this bird netting because the blue jays and the crows were coming in and trying to eat the corn. So we're at war. I should make a Mark Rober film about that, because that they watch me and see if I'm out here. They make different strategies to see how they could get on it. And do Lydia's garden. Tell us about your guardian, or your guardian.
My guardian.
Your garden. What do you got coming up?
Nasturtiums.
You got nasturtiums? Something's been munching on your nasturtiums.
Yeah, it hasn't been munching on it anymore.
I think it has.
Well, it's done the 2 little spots there, but they haven't.
You might want to remove those damaged leaves, because it'll keep attacking the plant. But it's supposed to be a trap crop, so I guess
Yeah.
that's good. What else you got coming up?
Salad bowl lettuce, kale, cucumbers I hope are coming up. The peas.
Looks like they are.
The peas definitely came up. The peppers are doing pretty good.
They're gonna pull the tops off of them.
If they sprout, like if there's flowers.
I think they said you're supposed to pull the tops off of them, and then it'll send a hormone down the plant that gives it a cue to produce more.
Yeah, I might do that. Violas? Yeah, I got some violas sprouting, I think. There's like some leaves right here, some right there. But
cute.
nasturtiums, I don't think I have anything actually sprouting unless that's something.
It doesn't really look like a nasturtium, but hey, there's one, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave them because seed leaves often look the same. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna hold it again. So show the potatoes and the strawberries. Oh, there's a strawberry on their lid. Look, in the center one. You can see it. Red strawberry.
I don't see it.
Keep going, it's on the other side.
Oh.
There it is. You got a strawberry.
It's so cute.
We were picking the flowers off of them best we could.
The potatoes sprouted like crazy.
Mm-hmm. We need to top these off with more dirt. Uh-oh. Yeah, white flies. So it's about time to start dealing with pest control. We're going to use all organic means, diatomaceous earth and neem oil. Now you want to show Fruit Alley? It's Fruit Alley. We've got the, this is probably either a squash or a watermelon. Don't know which because those are the ones I mixed up. Squash or watermelon, squash or watermelon, squash or watermelon.
So pretty much
All four of these are either squash or watermelon. I put this up, show kind of how it goes all the way down. So that's how the cantaloupes, the watermelon, squash, everything's going to be tied to that and grow upwards vertically. This is the two cantaloupe, one cantaloupe, one cantaloupe, one cantaloupe, one cantaloupe, one cantaloupe, one struggling cantaloupe here. These two aren't doing too hot. And then cantaloupe here. I've been nursing this blueberry plant, trying to get it back to health, and it looks like, look, those leaves are green and not red. So it's finally starting to work. So maybe, just maybe, we can get some more health out of these things and get some blueberries. This one looks pretty good. That one's a lot yellow-ish, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the variety. The flowers look like they've fallen off. So that's a North Blue blueberry. I don't know, we'll see.
What's
This is
here?
blue crop. Oh, these are just flowers that I had in the greenhouse. I started from that seed pack. The ones I mixed up. Some of these are the same ones that are in the stacked barrels. Oh, the blackberries look really good. They're bushing out,
I
kind
don't
of.
see any flowers though.
No, they're not flowering yet.
There's one.
Yeah, there's one. See? Oh, look, here's one. Here's a bud. Flower bud. That's going to be a blueberry, a blackberry. Blackberry. We are going to have blackberries.
I like both.
Yay! There's another little. These don't look very healthy. They're all red, so those need phosphorus. Oh, look at the green stalk. Look what we got going on here. So we've got green beans, the bush beans coming up, nasturtiums looking good, our lettuce. This one
It's kind of sad.
green bean, maybe he's just struggling to get up. And a couple little holes where nothing germinated. But you know what? Maybe just wait.
There's something there. It's grown since yesterday.
I fertilized this yesterday with fish emulsion. Here we got 3, so I could easily move a couple of those over to different holes where there's missing. No, there's one there, one there, one there. This whole spiral of green beans looks good. This whole spiral of lettuce looks good. The nasturtiums look good. This spiral of green beans, it's struggling a little bit. So I'm wondering if maybe that was toward the back where it wasn't getting as much light. Or if it's just tilted and not getting enough water. But for some reason there's not one in the bottom there. I'm going to show where there's not one.
Where's that?
Right here. There's not one. There's one there that's coming up.
Yeah, it's spreading up.
We only need one. Here we got 3, so we could probably move one of these here and one down there, and we'll probably still be okay. Those are bush beans, so they'll produce.
Look at the peppermint.
Yep. Peppermint's doing really good, smelling really good, tasting really good. Spearmint's doing really good. You can't kill mint though, so.
Yeah, I take the pieces off and I put it in water.
Mm-hmm.
That tastes really good.
Drink your fresh mint water. So which way do you want to go? Down this way or down that way?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll do this side.
Okay.
This bed, the peas are really lush. They're all tangled up. They're ready to start climbing. Get up there, guys.
We need to get some music out here.
Yeah. Think the music will do good for the plants?
I think that it will.
I usually put a stake on this side too, just to help them kind of go upward instead of tangling with each other. There's a tomato over on that side that's doing pretty well. It's Swiss chard, kale. Here we've got a little bunch of oregano, I think. Oregano, it smells like oregano. Maybe I should separate these out and it'd do better, I don't know. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. That's oregano, I swear that's some kind of Italian. It smells like spaghetti. And these 4 plants are, what are those? Are those kale?
Hmm?
No, are they radishes? Those 4. I think those are radishes.
These?
No. These here. This is that oregano stuff.
Yeah.
This is that radishes, I think. Yeah, those are radishes.
There's red there, like purple.
That's when I thinned out those other radishes and I just brought them over here. The turnips are doing okay. Coming up. The beets look a little, not great. We'll see how that does. Still kind of struggling a little bit, but I didn't amend this bed with anything. So this is kind of showing what happens when you don't amend the bed. Now over there, look at the asparagus. And versus over here, the asparagus. They look completely different. Maybe that's not asparagus. I don't know.
Which spot are you talking about?
Right here, asparagus.
Yeah.
The baby asparagus.
I think it's asparagus.
What about that other side? Is that asparagus still?
I think that it could be because maybe these parts sprouted up.
We'll see what happens. I've never grown asparagus before. Carrots are doing okay. I need to thin them out.
This is the one you put boxes on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Peas.
Mm-hmm. And I got a cucumber over there from Baker Creek growing up. So there's going to be a lot of sharing on trellises this year with different species. We've never done that before. We'll see how it goes. On this bed. So we've got, oh my goodness, this is long. We got a bunch of peas, our Swiss chard. Look at that radish over there, that white radish.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. I've never seen them.
looks like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like an egg.
Maybe it's an egg. The
Mallee.
Brussels sprouts are amazing over here. All but one of them did really good. I'm so happy about the Brussels sprouts. The chard looks really good. This is some of the stuff I originally planted in like February. These are struggling. These peas over here actually are struggling a little bit. Maybe I'll rip these out and just put cucumbers over here. I got 2 cucumbers on this side growing. So maybe we'll do that.
Those 2 right there. They look pretty good.
Yeah, those cucumbers are doing good, but the peas seem to be struggling on this side. This bed I didn't amend either. And we didn't put any compost on it. So that was just a wood chip bed. So we did the tomatoes. Did we do the corn?
Oh,
We did the
yeah,
corn.
because you're talking about the radishes.
The peppers and green bean bed. The big kahuna beans. Look, something is eating my big kahuna beans already. So we need to get some diatomaceous earth. The vining beans are coming up on the ends. There's the beans coming up on that side. Big kahuna beans. And there's peppers in the center. And this is what I call the herb bed. We've got our peas, salad bowl lettuce, Swiss chard, lavender, more Swiss chard. Still from that bunch I did in January. What is that over there? I forgot.
We're about to find out.
Time. I think it's time.
This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it's thyme. And these are chamomile. And this little bit is rosemary. And is this rosemary too? Yeah, this is rosemary too. And then this is thyme, radishes, lemongrass. Feels kind of dry. Bunching onions. Look at the chives.
They're pretty.
Having flowers on them. So that's pretty cool. We got more cucumbers. We got 4 cucumber plants right there. We were worried we weren't going to have any cucumbers.
Yeah.
We're going to have a ton of cucumbers.
That just wants food.
Yeah, I know. Let's do the lettuce bed and radish bed. And then we're done.
I like this bed.
It's the first bed I planted. I don't know how you say that. Vitmach or Vitmache. I don't know what you say, but it looks like it's doing something different. It's been slow growing. These peas look good.
I planted them.
Yes. Those are radishes over there. Those are white hailstone radishes. Kale on that side. Icicle radishes. Magnanet lettuce. And then watermelon radishes and another kind of radishes. I forget. And I actually have some spinach coming up. Isn't that cool? Right there here. This is spinach. Blooms long spinach. I've got, looks like 4 plants of that. This looks like a weed here. I was letting everything come up because I didn't know what was what.
Yeah.
2 tomatoes and a cucumber, and then some radishes in between that I had thinned. So I don't even know which radishes those are. We got butter crunch lettuce coming up a little bit. That's been struggling. Nasturtiums, looking great. Watermelon radishes are struggling for some reason on this side. German giant radishes. I wouldn't say those are doing super great. They look a little puny here. Yellow leaves on the bottom. There's radish. Doesn't look like a giant. It must not be ready. This is the ruby red lettuce. And this is butter crunch. So that, I think that's everything, right?
I think so.
Oh, and then on the picnic table, 2 more plants. Mystery plants. These are either some sort of squash. You get crookneck, zucchini, or watermelon. So one of those 3 things is what this is. That is the end of our tour.
Mustaches.
So we will see you next week at Woods Haven Farm.